Watch this on replay. So here we go. Hey guys, welcome to marketing class and content class today. So we did a ton of content classes in the past. Today we're going to call it content class because we're talking about blogging. Riley, I think Riley's here too. Riley had asked last week for this topic, and we've done a ton on ChatGPT. So we're going to bridge those two together today for a class on the fundamentals of blogging, why you need to do it, what it helps, and then also some quick shortcuts on how you can use ChatGPT. I've shown this in the past, but we've never done a full, like a full class just on a blog. And I've shown a ton in our Socially Sweet product that we have. It has the AI writer built in that works with ChatGPT, and you can just like one click fill out what your blog is about, and it'll create one. It's not, you could expand upon it, but today we're going to talk about pillar posts. And these are super long format blogging. So when you blog, the purpose of a blog is to bring traffic to your website. And let me back up a second and just say, for anyone here that's never been here, because we always have new people on every time, we're going to give some real life examples during this class. So if you if you say hello and talk about your niche, or just tell us what niche you're in, we'll use that as an example. We have regulars that come in all the time, like Marcy and Riley and Savita and Jate. And so all these people that come so we know all their industries or niches, if you will. So anyway, so back to the purpose, and I'm going to share my screen in a few minutes, but hey, Sherry, good morning. Niches, planners, and productivity. Ooh, I love that. Like, you're a woman after my own heart. That's really where, so we teach on social media and everything like that, but I am a planner queen. And the productivity, and there are so many people out there that are as well. It's a great niche. I assume you sell online, like maybe even Etsy and Amazon or whatever, but digital products are my passion. So obviously we sell content bundles and we toolkits and all these things. So anyway, welcome. I don't know that I've seen you here before. We try to get to know everybody that speaks up and says hello. So anyway, welcome. Because I don't think, but we do try to make it a point to know and ask questions. Oh, you just signed up today. Awesome. Well, welcome. Glad to have you. All right. So the purpose of your blog. So, and we've talked in the past. So when you're first starting out your business, not everyone can have a website, but there are still blogging opportunities that you can blog out there to get traffic. You can't sell anything if you don't have traffic, right? So you have to have people seeing your offer. So the blog is a way to capture someone that is on Google or wherever that's looking up some type of topic. Like, I don't know, how to get, let me think about Jate here, how to get great abs, or whatever. I don't know. Jate's in fitness. How to write a fantasy novel, how to whatever. So, hey, Riley, good morning. Glad you were able to say hello. So Riley is in the writing niche. I just said, I was thinking about you. So like Riley she is a writer, but she attracts the writers because she helps them. So she would put out blogging content to attract them. So it would be things that would be easier for them to market their book, write their book, how to do social media, things like that. So, and I said before, you just said, I don't know how long you've been here, Riley, but I said, good morning. This was your topic. So hopefully I do it justice for you. So the point of the blog is to bring traffic to whether it's your website. Ideally, it would be your website. There are free options for websites out there. If I I'm a web developer, so I've built websites in everything known to man, from WordPress, which I don't love, but it is economical. Like, you just have to have your hosting. Like, if you have your hosting, you go to cPanel, you can deploy WordPress. It is not my favorite because it's not super user friendly. It's not friendly to set up, but there are some some not less expensive. It's kind of hard to be less expensive than free or your hosting. Oh, thank you, Riley. But Squarespace, Weebly, we have our own access software, whatever. Most all softwares have a blogging feature. So that's what you're going to want to take advantage of. So, and there's some really low cost. So it is worth having your own website. Oh, Shopify. So, Sherry is new here and she sells planners and productivity. So maybe she has a Shopify store, so you can blog on Shopify. We just moved our content over, or in the process of moving because it's big, to Shopify. So anyway, whatever platform you have, you're going to want to blog on. If you don't have a platform yet, something like our Grit, Grind, and Grace, Medium, where you can go in and guest blog, does the same thing. So oh yeah, Sherry. So once you get into it, WordPress is great. So an Elementor is great. I do like it. So once you get it, if you get somebody to sort of set it up, or you've got a step by step how to get it set up, the blogging on WordPress and all the SEO tools are amazing. Um, so if you don't have your own web space, look for opportunities where you can guest blog in other places. You can guest blog on Forbes. You can guest blog, like, you just put it out there. So you can't do that until you have this blog post. So the pillar blog post is what we're talking about today. So all blogs are not created equal. So a pillar blog post is going to be a super long format. I need to probably share my screen. And I know Sherry's new, so for anyone else here that's new, you're going to have tab whiplash because, or overload, because I have lots of tabs and lots of windows. I'm that person that needs to see it all. So give me just a second. I'm going to pull this up and share my screen because I'm going to show you an example that we have of a long format or pillar post. And the reason you want to do these, the same goes for social. We preach all the time on social as far as you need a perfect marketing mix. It can't be all business posts. You need to mix in some motivation and some engagement just to keep all of your people happy, because not everyone is ready to buy at the same time. Sort of the same applies to blogging, because not everyone loves these long blog posts. However, Google does, for one. They can be keyword filled and multiple topics. So once you get the person there, you're able to keep them longer, which is great for your website statistics, which is great for the algorithm, which is great for Google, all of those things. So apparently I cannot talk and type at the same time. So give me just a second. Isn't that terrible? All right, here we go. All right. So hopefully, let me look. It's hard when Jessica's not here because I can't see. Here, let's go this way. I can't see the chat and what's going on here at the same time. So give me just a second. All right. Yep, you can see. All right, sorry. All right, so here, this happens to be, I'm a web developer. We have a lot of products and we have multiple websites. But we have so many people that I designed for that use Shopify. I thought, and Shopify is great for integrating with everything. Let's integrate and let's move our store to it. So I'm going to show you a native, and then also a plugin that we're testing on Shopify. So actually, let me go back. So this is the plugin. It's called StoryPress, and it lets you put your blog in multiple places. All right. Let me see if this is all right. So here's an example of you can see me scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And don't be intimidated. It doesn't quite have to be this long, but this is an example of a pillar post. It is super long. There's just no two ways about it. It is super long. Let me get rid of this. All right. All right. So you can see part 7. All right. So this was a 7-part blog. The anatomy of, oh, I should have pulled that up. The anatomy of a pillar post would be something like this. We're going to say 7 parts. Here we go. Don't be looking at all my ChatGPT. My ADHD brain works in mysterious ways. All right, here we go. So, sample. I have one of these. I just don't have it pulled up. Sample outline of a pillar blog post. I'm going to show you what ChatGPT can do. Let's see how this does. Sure. All right, here we go. This is exactly what I wanted. So I have this. Let's see how many sections. So yes, intro. Look at there, 7 sections. So, all right. So it's going to start with an introduction. Here, let me come back over here. Sorry, all my tabs. I need to have this sitting here on the side so that I can see y'all, your comments. So 7 sections, including a introduction and a, sorry, getting over here so I can see the comments on top of this. All right, here we go. You can't see, but I can see. All right. Riley says, but that one pillar post would be great for batching and making the rest of it. Exactly. You can break your pillar post up into so many other things. We talk about repurposing all the time. Your pillar post, oh my goodness, can be repurposed to be like carousel posts, reels, stories, like all of the above. But here is the anatomy. All right. You've got your introduction. And in your introduction, there's always going to be, we've talked about this 1,000 times, so I won't spend a ton of time, but the hook. All right. So that's the thing that grabs them of what they might have searched for, because your keywords need to be in that hook. Okay. Or in the title of the section, if you will. Okay. So think about what people are searching for, and that's what's going to live there. And then you're going to talk about it. So, and actually in the introduction, it's going to be the main hook for the whole thing. All right. And then we're going to talk about the background, and then we're going to talk about what your argument is. Okay. And I'll show you on mine in just a second. But then you're going to break it into maybe 4 or 5, as typically like 5, just because it needs to be long. 5 different subjects. And I've got a couple of little tricks. Let's go look. We can use, let's get this over now. We can use Google to do a little bit of research. Okay. You can use ChatGPT to do research, but I'm going to start with Google because ChatGPT at the time of this recording is not hooked up to the internet. It stopped learning in 2021. It will be hooked back up at some point where it can get real live feed. Bard is ChatGPT's competitor. It's Google's version of it. It is obviously, it's Google, so it's connected. So, okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. Planners. I'm gonna use you, Sherry, since you are new and said what your thing is. All right, so productivity. How? Here we go. Hold on. So if you start typing, oh, I forgot what this is called. This is like the Google suggests, I think is what it's called. Productivity. So if you start typing something, you'll see that it suggests things. these are based on what people are searching, okay? Planners and why they're important. So people have searched that. Or about, let's go back over here and we'll say how productivity planners or best productivity planners. So let's take that as an example. Let's see, best. How to use a productivity planner is great as well. So best types, okay, because they're all different types of planners, best types of productivity, best planners for work. So you can take a spin on that, best on work, for home, for work life balance, for whatever. So you're getting ideas of what types there are. Or best ways to use productivity planners, but efficiently use a planner. So these are your keywords. These are the things that you are looking for to put in your headings there. All right. You can do the same thing here. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I can't hardly see the chat again. Let's see. All right. So here we go. We're just going to use ChatGPT to do it. All right. So let's say write a pillar blog post on. I'm just going to get really, you're going to want to give it a little bit more. I'll spell productivity, right? All right. Write a bigger blog post. Oh, outline. This is important. I mean, if you actually told it to, it would write the whole thing. I'm going to show you. That's a super shortcut. All right, here we go. And so the reason it's doing this format is because I opened up, and that this is a pro tip here. So if you come out with write a sample outline for a blog post in general, it's going to give you this format, right? And so now it assumes that it wants to follow that format to create this, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't explain that very well. So literally the prompt is, it would be write a sample outline for a pillar blog post. Okay, here we go. Now write a pillar blog post outline on productivity planners, or how authors get social, or how authors use social media to grow. We'll do that in just a second. All right, so here we go. Introduction. All right, so start with an intriguing fact or statistic about productivity. Okay, so you can take that and you can put this in and figure out what that is. All right, you can go to Google and find that out. So explanation of the important productivity in our daily lives. Introduce productive planners as a powerful tool for enhancing productivity. So that's the main hook for the article. See how that would help to sell productivity planners. Yes? Okay. Understanding productivity planners, key features of effective. All right. And so it is giving you those keywords in these title sections that we need. Okay. Top productivity planners, tips for max. And in this, we've talked about this in the past as well. Oh no. So you just got disconnected. Okay, sorry. I'm glad you're back. But when I put in, I didn't here, I'll show you. Just since this happens to be for you, the point is you say, right, you prime your chat GPT to follow this format. So it's write a sample outline of a pillar blog post. Then you come back down, write a pillar blog post for the outline on productivity planners. Now you can get more specific. You should be more specific in this, like how productivity planners help with work-life balance. That would be a great pillar blog post, but we went really generic on this, okay? And just to give you an idea of this format. So, all right, so your introduction, understanding productivity planners, key features of the productivity planners, top in the market. This is where we've talked in the past. Your blog post, even though you sell them, could highlight other tools or other things, um, maybe not direct competitors in this case, but something that is in the realm that people would be searching on, like Trello. That is not a productivity planner per se, but people search a lot on productivity on Trello and how you could use Trello as a productivity planner. But if they see that you sell them once they get there because they searched Trello as a productivity planner, you win, right? Because you're getting people from something else. So in this case, you don't always, in our July that I just, is that right here? We're just advertising our product here. So you'll see we're advertising throughout this blog part. This is us selling our thing. So yours might look like this, where you're just selling your one product. But if you have a section in here of complementary things that can bring people in to your blog, we don't have it here, but a complementary might be Trello, how to keep up with, or an app, how to keep up with these things. It's not quite appropriate for us because we have all of that. But all right, tips for maximizing productivity planner usage and your conclusion, and then a call to action. So every social media post, email, anything you put out always should have that call to action. That is the whole point. You've gotten the traffic there, and now you need to tell them what to do. It used to drive Jessica crazy that I would just say, you have to spell it out for people. Like, you have to say, I have a product for sale and here's how you buy it. They're coming for the information, right? But if you don't try to sell them something, you've gotten them there. Okay. That's 90% of the work is to get them there. So now you need to sell, you need to convert them, whether it be selling or giving them a free planner page that might be a sample of what you do, or whatever, your free 5 top tips. It can be a lead magnet. All right. So this is the anatomy of that. You know me, and I'm always on the fly. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT to write this. So ChatGPT has been getting better and better. I didn't show at the top. I have the pro version. It's $20 a month. You do not necessarily need it. I do most of these trainings always in the free. I'm in the 3.5, okay, which is free. Everybody gets it, okay? So I'm going to say now, write, and here's the kicker: SEO optimized. Whoops. SEO optimized. Here's your little pro tip. Blog based on the outline above with H1 and H2s. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to see what happens. We've done this. I've done this a bunch of times. Nothing like being on the spot. Okay. Oh, it's giving me another outline, which is fine. All right. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can get it to. I was going to say, ChatGPT, you can just talk to it like it's a person. Okay. Now write the blog. Now write the article. I was going to say, now write the article and see what happens. Most of the time, this works. Here we go. And remember that you cannot have that section about other people's planners. But the thought process on this, if there's someone's that's complementary to yours, that's really popular, you can borrow their traffic that might be searching. You might rank higher than them, pull them over, buy your product instead of their product. How your product might be better. Okay. One of yours needs to be, or yours can be the first or the last in this little section. All right. So now ChatGPT, I don't think I've ever shown this live, but now they have upgraded to have continue generating. Used to, we had to say continue. Sometimes it would continue correctly, sometimes it wouldn't. Now we have a little button, thank goodness, that they've written in. All right. And it just picks right up and goes. So I had a lot more to show. Okay, let's see. Begin your journey today. Share your experience and your favorite productivity tips in the comments below. which is a great call to action that I didn't prompt to ask for. On your blog, you want comments. That signals to Google that people, number one, long content, they know how long they're on your site, that they got to your site, and then they can know that you comment on your site as well. So for a head start, download our free productivity training template, see, free, designed to help you stay organized and achieve your goals efficiently. Remember, with the right productivity planner and the determination to make positive changes, you can unlock your true potential and accomplish remarkable things. Yeah, I like it. I like that helpful tone. Just one more pro tip. If you don't like the tone, you can ask for it to be written in a different tone or as a productivity coach, for someone struggling with work-life balance. Okay, so you can bring it in a little bit to more of your tone. Okay, but so this planner X, planner Y, planner Z, that's going to require a little bit of work for you, just because the one I picked had this in it. Again, I probably would leave it out of mine, but I want to give it as an option. So, all right, but this is great goal setting and to like supercharge your productivities with these features. Now, we could expand on this even more, right? But for the sake of this, we're not going to. But I wonder how many characters. So it probably needs to be expanded more. Here, we'll see what happens. Rewrite to make this a long format. I usually say that, but you can say 2,500 word or 20. Oops. I don't know how many words that is actually. We're going to say 3,000 words. Whoops. We'll see what happens. And I do have to say that, I mean, you could churn this out, throw it on your website, right? You need to, I mean, I have to say this because so many people are in just fast, fast, fast. You need to read this and make sure ChatGPT is not 100%, is not 100% accurate, especially if it is pulling statistics, if it is pulling links to other places. I read an article the other day where a lawyer used it to cite case study, and it was incorrect. So you must use due diligence to make sure. All right. So that is fairly long. I could put it in and see how long, but again, longer is better when it comes to this. And I'm going to show you again a little bit about like how we broke ours up. So what to post for social media engagement in July, how to create and finalize your July content calendar. Like step 1, step 2, people like this. Okay. They want to be given those steps. They're coming to find how to do something, what's the best of something, whatever. So you want to give them what they're looking for, right? When they go to Google, you want them to stay on your page. You don't want them to look and like, that's not what I was looking for. Okay. Another thing reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you, so H1s, H2. So those are important for SEO. When you're putting that in, you're going to have in your editor a way to highlight this text and say, this is the H1. You're going to come over here. Let me find, these are actually H2s. So that's my H1, which is actually the title. These are H2s. Okay. These are H3s. They matter for social media, not social media. Oh my gosh, for search engine optimization. Okay. That's Google sees this, knows that you're taking time to do it, and gives you a little more algorithm boost because of it, I guess. Here we say. But notice that as a reader, I can scan and I can see part 2, how to create an engaging content for social media. I need to know that, right? So then I can see and I can see that they're bold. For us, I might would have taken this. I would make sure the blogging platform and Shopify, I would make this an H3, and I would actually make these possibly an H4. I'd make this text bigger, okay? Just for the reader's sake. All right. But it is broken down. It is easy to read. So you can do all the work in the world to get them there. But if it's not presented where it's readable, there's no reason to do it. Right. Okay. All right. So here you'll just see. And then you're seeing that I'm sprinkling in appropriate images of our product that go with it that match exactly what this is. So we're talking about example holidays for July. All right. Holiday posts are fun for all. Here's a sample of what is in this July content. You want it? Go grab it here. Right. And then these can be evergreen, for you. That blog post is going to live there for hopefully a long time. Ours, we will reuse this we'll leave them up. We're making these evergreen. Ours are based on the time of the year. But as next June comes and people start searching for July content, they're going to come back to this and they're going to see that it's still appropriate and that they can buy our product that's right there. So anyway, all right. So one other thing that we didn't do here that I'm a super fan of is the too long didn't read, the TL:DR. I would love to start them soon. And it's because this is what Jessica hates. I didn't say it earlier. There's several things that Jessica hates that I say. And it now she understands, but that we're in a microwave society. People want to come and get it as fast as they can. Everything is quick, 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 quick. You know how you're on your phone and you're scroll, something will catch your eye. You want to see just a little bit of it. It's a long format post, right? So we want to entice them with the TLDR, which is the summary of what the post is going to be. So typically it lives at the top. In an email, a lot of times, so you've seen emails that come and it'll be the TLDR and it's at the bottom. So if they scroll down to the bottom to see, it's like, okay, if you didn't read it, here's the little summary of it. Okay. So I prefer it to be in a blog post as well, so that people can get the gist of what it is, if it's going to be worth their time to read. There's so much information out there today that it's like, don't waste their time. Okay. But again, the blogging process is as much to get people to the site. Your presentation is to get them to read it. And then your call to actions are to get them to do the next step that gets you into the funnel, either by getting a freebie or to buy something. You don't want them to just be reading, right? You need to establish a relationship with them. Some blog posts that we have, we'll repurpose. Let's just say I use this is part of a paid program. So, but let's just say I said, I want to take this pillar blog post video that I've got here. I want to create a blog that talks about why pillar blog posts are important in social media. Yeah, that's what we do. But search engine optimization, getting people to your website, like all of the things, why it's important. That might be a blog post for us. In the middle of it, I can have either an excerpt of this video or the whole thing. Like we do these every week. So if I had the whole thing that talked about today's for whatever pillar blog post, then I can sell them into being a member of Success Club, right? See how that would work? So you can put video in. So we have a lot of blogs that have video embedded in them, especially on our main website. They didn't all pour over to the new website. So we need some VAs anyway to help move everything over. But You can embed YouTube shorts. You can embed reels. You can embed like really cool things, like a representation of it that might take them somewhere else or show something. You really, when it's a blog, you really want to keep them on your site because the action you're trying to get them to do is read and do whatever your call to action is. So you want to be careful not to send them away. When we embed video, a lot of times we'll put it on YouTube because we're trying to repurpose it. And that's the last thing I want to talk about. Little section on this is like how to repurpose this into something else. But in a video, if you put it on YouTube and then you embed it into your thing, it's got the YouTube link and it takes them out to YouTube. Good and bad, they can find your channel and consume other content of yours, which should lead back to the website. So just be mindful of what you do embed in here, that you want to control the path that they're taking. All right, so here, we're going to use this one as an example. Again, is if we were to take these things, we can actually make little, and again, these needed to have been longer. I would have spent a little more time. So this is section 1, and there's 2 little sections in it, okay? I could do a story on each of these, or just a regular social media post. What are productivity planners? And we're going to say, I don't know, you're going to break up here. Here we go. Hold on. Take section 1. Let me see. The signs. Take section 2. All right. Here we go. So ChatGPT for the win. Make a social media post for section, highlighting. All right. I'm going to say for section 2 that gives a call to action to read the entire blog post. Okay. I'll put some notes in the replay area for these prompts. And then obviously you'll have the replay as well. So, but if you talk to ChatGPT like you'd be talking to a service provider or myself, then it will give you what you want. You might have to say, we need a do-over. I'm going to show you how to do the do-over. All right. So attention, all productivity enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your productivity to new heights? Discover the key features of effective productivity planners and learn how they can supercharge your efficiency and help you achieve your goals. Dive into our latest blog and unlock the power of productivity planners. Insert the link. It's important because the point is you're trying to, so you've got the blog, pillar post. I can't talk. The pillar post working for you on Google. Now you've got to have it in other places working for you to get people to your website. All right. So gain insights into goal setting, explore top productivity planners. So it didn't take just section 2. It's doing one for the whole thing, which I think is fine in this case. How about this? Break. Let me see. Let me try to think. Create, based on the blog, create 5. Let's do reels. I'm say scripts. 5 might be too many for ChatGPT at the moment, but we're going to see what happens. I've shown before how to do reel scripts. And so I forgot. Did we do that last week, Riley? I know Sherry's here. Sherry, you might want to go back and look at that one. It's pretty cool. Script 5, tips for maximizing productivity planner usage. Scene, person implementing tips from the blog post. Title, supercharge your productivity planner experience. Narrator, ready to take your productivity planner into the next level? Get ready for some game-changing tips. Scene, is this the same one? Discover the power of time blocking, realistic goals. So it's getting you to like put on the screen. Productivity planners equal, and then it would be Where did it go? Time blocking, setting realistic goals, incorporating self-care practices, and then maximize your productivity, read the blog now, whatever, and push them back to it. Okay. So let's see. I wish the blog would have been just a little more fleshed out and you would have gotten a little bit more with it. Let me look at section. We're going to try this. So create a social media post about habit tracking and reflection with a call to action to read the blog read the blog. I'm just going to say read the blog because it's smart and it'll say, I was going to say for more. See what happens. But literally, if you ask, you can receive. Oh, I was going to show you how to change if you didn't like something. Want to cultivate positive habits and unlock your full potential? Discover the power of habit tracking and reflection with productivity planners. Dive into our latest blog. And then in this case, I would, for the social media post, turn these into bullet points. Like if it's a true regular image post or whatever, where you've got text, turn these into bullet posts. Ready to level up your productivity? Read the full blog here. All right. And then there's your hashtags. So if you want to make a change to something, you come here. Habit tracking and reflection. Include easy bullet points. We'll see what happens with the call to action. All right. But we're just going to leave it with the typo. It's fine. See what happens. It still didn't. It's calling the emojis there bullet points, which is fine. Track your habits. So, which I like emoji as a bullet prompt. So, I love the breakdown and repurpose the blog post into like a 30-day content plan by topic. Yes. Let's see what happens. There you go. This isn't perfect. 30 is a lot to ask for right here because you'll see day 17 showcase the top productivity planner each day. Oh, well, that's okay. But again, it's based on the blog above, so I don't know that I'd do that. But anyway, so that's how you can get really specific to a blog post. So that's not super, super salesy, right? But ultimately it sells whatever is there or gets them to do the next thing. So day 7, post a brief expert from the blog about a task, organization, and prioritization. Create an entry. Okay, so write a social media post for day 7. I don't know if it's going to do this. A lot of times it will, but there might not be enough stuff up there. Did you know that effective task organization and prioritization can skyrocket your productivity? In our latest blog post, we delve into the power of task organization and prioritization with productivity planners. Discover strategies to streamline your to-do list, tackle high priority tasks, and achieve more in less time. Don't miss out. Read the full article here. Right. One more repurposing, and then I know we've got to go. Sorry, I've kept y'all longer than normal. Write an email to encourage readers to read the new blog. We could have done better than that, but all right. So you've written the blog, you're getting some social media out there, and now you want to send it to your list. So if you don't have a list yet, that's what the blog can do, is to start growing the list with that freebie. Okay, so the whole funnel of it all. Are you ready to take your productivity to new heights? We've just released an insightful and comprehensive blog post. So transform. You can get it to change the language. But here's a glimpse of what you can expect in the blog post. All right, there's the 4 points that you can say that you can use in the social media as well. All right, well, there you go. So, what questions um, do you have? I mean, there's so many other things that this one pillar post can do. Uh, Sherry accidentally copied and pasted that, but it was a good question. Ask away. Did you say you have other ChatGPT trainings? Yes. You're in Success Club. They are in Success Club, and they should be named ChatGPT. I'll try to make sure that this ChatGPT, so you can go and search, scan. When you get into Success Club, there's a drop down for Marketing Minute, and they're all in that. There's lots of stuff in there as well. How many images do you recommend? Oh, that's a good one. All right. So in hours, let me show you another. I'm thinking, sorry, I'm having to think kind of hard of a blog post that. So I can't remember if we showed that trap. I know we showed it for our Pinterest training, that travel blog. I hope it was from here. I can start. Oh, wait, let's get out of there. All right. I'm in the plug-in right now. Sorry. Um, let's hope this one is done. All right, here we go. Yes, another pillar blog post. So your main image, so the anatomy of a pillar blog post. All blog posts are going to have some kind of image like this. That is what's shown on that front page. Okay, so I like to have the title on it because again, people need that visual. So this is how we do ours, right? It doesn't. It's not always right. And then you come in. This happens to be, and we're referencing, which internal links in blogs are one more way to keep readers on your website. And I had it on my list to talk about, so I'm going to talk about it now. Once you start getting more and more blog posts, they don't all have to be pillar, but once you have more of them, you need to find ways to link them together. So we have 2 travel that ultimately sell our travel bundle, right? So we have written another blog post on travel. So the ultimate guide to social media content for travel agents. This one is 50 inspiring travel quotes because travel agents always search for travel quotes, right? So we did a little keyword research, and that's what we came up with. So we made this little graphic that will push them out to the other article. So they can remember it and they can scroll back up to the top after they've read this, or they can just shoot off to that one. All right. And then again, here is us selling in here. Here is us selling in here. What should probably be in yours and in ours are just some non-selling, but maybe 1 or 2, just regular travel, something that evokes that travel feeling, especially here. This might be not finished on this one, but it might be finished on the other one. Again, we have 2 blogs on here because we're testing something. All right, here's the other one. All right, like here, this is, a regular graphic that's not a call to action. It does happen to have our content in it. Okay. And then there's, again, selling. Here is not selling, right? But it invokes that feeling. So I would do a mixture. This one does that better than the other one. All right. So 3 to 5 images, Riley, to answer that. I would edit and insert my own copy, but are you saying I could use ChatGPT copy without plagiarism or Google SEO penalty? So it's not the same rules as PLR, even if I use some of the copy in my own paid products. Correct. ChatGPT rewrites it, and you are not subject at this time to blog to whatever. Let me show you something we do since you brought up PLR. We don't talk about PLR a lot here. I test a lot with PLR. Let me see if I've got something pulled up. Here's a PLR um, ebook. Probably got it pulled up. Let me, oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. I forgot. I only have the one thing. Shoot. But I have a PLR ebook. Oh, let me see if I can take, you can take, I would need something short. Hold on. Pretend like this is PLR. It's not, but pretend like I'm getting it. I'm sorry. Hopefully, if y'all have to go, all right. All right, here we go. This is a product that's coming out for us. Get back to Chat GPT. Where are you? Here we go. All right. I'm gonna start a new chat. All right. So if you have, whoops, what happened to my Chat GPT? Okay. So if you have not learned anything about Chat GPT in the past, um, Chat GPT learns from the threads. I believe it can learn from your other history as well, but I don't know that I've seen that anywhere. So you want to prime your thread or chat with what you want it to do. So I'm starting a new one because this isn't going to be about productivity and planning. All right. So again, and here's where you can change to ChatGPT 4. I'm not going to. So if you have a piece of PLR, you can tell it to rewrite the following. Okay. It's PLR, right? You can't just like on Amazon, you can't just resell a PLR, but you can have it rewrite it and make your own new product. So we're pretending like this is PLR. Rewrite the following to create a, hang on, I held the shift down. I went down so I could post what this is. Know your goals with social media. To create a lead magnet. Okay. Something just a lead magnet on the following. All right, I've already got following in there, but we're gonna do it again and we're gonna see what happens. Okay. Well, we're gonna take day 2 out of there. It's okay. It knows me. All right, I'm coming back to the chat. So you'd have to see, well, maybe we'll do this. All right, so know your goals, any effort. And I didn't tell it tone or anything like that. Are you tired of aimlessly navigating? So this isn't a huge lead magnet anyway. So let's see. All right, let's say I don't like that. Okay. And let's not do a lead magnet. I'm going to create I did want to do something that wasn't a social media post to create a step. Here we go. A step by step how to on the following. We'll see what happens there. Okay. So it's know your social media goals. Okay. Submit. Again, I didn't tell it. Oops. Here we go. I didn't tell it the context or who I'm doing it to. That's not bad. All right. All right. Now expand on this for small businesses just starting to grow with social media. All right, so you want to talk about who and you'll see that it says it's adding in for small businesses. The reason like this is important in a lot of cases is because for keywords, especially if you use a blog. But now I got 10, we've turned, 5 into 10. And then you can just tell it you can keep refining. Now, uh, you can tell it to make a social post out of it, whatever. I'm not going to read it all, but that is how you can use. I'm trying to get back to where I can see the chat, the PLR, and have it rewritten. Okay, so PLR is great. Um, like if you've got PLR that has little excerpts like that you can take and turn them into social media posts, or for sure your own product, for sure. I mean, PLR you can sell as your own product anyway. The In most cases, the thing is that you can't sell it as is, like on Amazon, KDP or whatever. So, all right. I don't know if you're still, I know Riley was here and chatting. So I don't know, Riley, is there anything specific for you? Any other questions that you have? But yeah, that's amazing how this works. Um, I mean, literally, it gave me, the goals of how to have a person uh, setting goals for social media for small business. Okay, step by step. So I could do one of those for every day for 30 days and have a how to guide. All right. You're welcome, Riley. If there, you can message me in chat. Go to support and or go to the website and hit chat. If there's anything follow up that you would like to see, I tried to cover the main things. Here's so we have so our call to action is a little bit different than everybody else's, right? So we have many things that they can lead off and do. Typically, you're going to want to, make sure you have a call to action. It's going to typically be one or two things. So anyway, let me know if y'all have any questions. You can come to the chat. Join us next week. If you're seeing this on replay, leave us a comment in the replay or come to the group and talk about it. So anyway, thank y'all for joining. Bye, Sherry. So happy to have you here. I don't remember what next week's topic is, but it's already planned. But we can bump it if we need to do a follow up to this or something. So, and thank you, Riley. And all the lurkers that are here. I know I say it all the time. So that the people that are here that just don't like to talk. So, but we're here for you. All right. Y'all have a great day.